She said she's feeling a little bit better. She still feels weak, which is to be expected, but she's doing about the same. She finished her, so weird, I don't know how much you heard yesterday, but stop me if you've already been informed of this. But so we were treating her with the Plaquenil for the COVID infection, and she received her last dose of that and the azithromycin yesterday. So what we're doing right now is we're just still supporting her with the oxygen.
I understand.
But
I
her
understand.
saturation in her blood of the oxygen has been stable since yesterday. There was some concern yesterday that if she were to get worse, she would need a little bit higher of oxygenation provided to her, but she's remained the same. So that is a plus.
And that is
But
my concern. We saw her fluctuate all the way down to 90, 94, and 96, and
oh,
based.
that's great. Those are good numbers. I know that seems like it's low, but with somebody who has this virus, it does attack the respiratory system, so we are going to see lower numbers. But those numbers are actually good. That is very good. People have been typically hanging a little lower than that, who are requiring high levels of oxygen. So
I have my sister here, Angela, also listening in.
sure,
Just in case she has some questions. Her name's
of
Yana.
course,
Hi, Anna.
of
I
course.
have a quick
Hi.
question.
Okay.
Around you being being in the field, have you noticed around how long people have been recovering? Like how long it takes, like two
There,
weeks?
unfortunately, the only thing I can provide about like information that I can provide with this virus is it's incredibly unpredictable. Um, young people are getting sicker than expected. Some older people are doing better than expected. I wish I could give like a better answer to that. But unfortunately, at this time, the way everybody's responding to it is just very different.
Yeah, it varies in the
And
person.
exactly, it's a very individualized thing of how people are responding to this.
Okay.
But so a lot of people, it does take a longer though to get better. It's not as like as some people were referring to, like, oh, when I get a cold, I get better so much quicker. This one is a little bit more sticky, unfortunately, and it is taking a little bit longer than people typically expect to recover from, and especially when you have other health problems as well.
Yeah, like asthma and all
Mm-hmm.
those little
Exactly.
conditions.
My
Exactly.
mom was pretty much. I believe she was diabetic, if not
She does have
pre-diabetic.
asthma.
Those why we are
Yeah.
constantly concerned here. We apologize if we're overwhelming the team, but being that we can't even have a family member visit her, it makes it extremely frustrating.
Yes. So you, so we can only, so just so we can all have the same expectations, we are happy to give, and because we do understand, we have family members too, and we can understand, especially being so far away, that it is scary not being able to have someone come see her. So we will be able to give the healthcare proxy an update once a day. And of course, if anything were to change in her condition, we would call and inform the healthcare proxy. But just due to the amount of patients that we do have, it's not possible for us to speak to more than one person. So if anybody has any questions, I'm going to direct them to speak to you.
Yes, please.
Okay? So you will be able to disseminate the information that way.
I
But
understand.
so it is reassuring that she is doing the same as she was yesterday, and hopefully it will continue that way and continue to progress. But
What
as I said before, unfortunately with this virus, nothing is really guaranteed, and but we're gonna still keep treating her, and she is hopefully she'll continue to
what
recover.
medications is she taking right now, ma'am?
Sure. she completed the treatment for the virus. So she finished those yesterday. So those are the azithromycin and the Plaquenil. So those were completed yesterday. But what we have her on now is we just have her on the albuterol for when she feels short of breath. And she actually hasn't been feeling short of breath. So her oxygen saturation in her blood is just lower.
I understand.
So she said she felt more short of breath yesterday. She feels less short of breath today. And then she's on her basic home medication.
Okay.
So essentially, what we're doing right now for her is we're providing her with breathing treatment as well as the oxygen. And mostly it's just unfortunately the tincture of time with this one.
And then she just feels weak because the virus took a toll on it, or the virus is
exactly. You know how when you have any virus, you feel weak and worn down, and so that's not to be unexpected.
Now another question: how do you know if the virus is gone?
How this goes is once people aren't requiring oxygen, we discharge them home. As long as they don't need any physical therapy, we're actually having her because she did say she does feel weak. So once her oxygenation improves a little bit, we're having her evaluated by our physical therapist to see if she would need any either home physical therapy or if she would be a candidate to go to a rehab facility for physical therapy. But so depending on that, we'll have her discharged in the physical therapy arena. Yes. But once people are off oxygen and we test them while they're walking around and their oxygen levels aren't dropping, then we discharge them home. So once they are fever free, and how the quarantine would work. So if we were to, let's say, because this is still within the 7-day window since she's been admitted. So it's 7 days since the onset of symptoms that somebody's quarantined home, and they have to be fever-free without the use of any things that bring down the fever, like Tylenol, for at least 72 hours.
Gotcha.
Now, what if they go home? Well, this is just my scenario. My dad obviously has it too, but he didn't have it as bad as my mom, which is why he didn't get admitted, because he didn't have respiratory problems. So he's still fighting with it at home. So now, let's say my mom is discharged and she goes back to that. Would she be able to contract it again?
No. So we build antibodies to it. It is unclear how at this point, just because this virus is so new, we don't know exactly how long the antibodies are lasting.
Okay.
But she can't contract it again as far as we know right now. Yes, the antibodies are lasting a decently long time. And your father, so they probably contracted around the same time.
Yeah, I believe so.
Either one from so after, like I said, the 7 days, and then
when can we see?
As long as your fever.
When would we be able to see the lady if God allows her to be out and about?
As long as she is in the hospital, there is no visitors in the hospital. But so it would be. I would recommend more of a FaceTime scenario because so even though people might not be. So it is possible for us to be still shedding the virus, so that means able to pass it on to somebody else, even if we don't have symptoms.
Oh, makes sense.
So, and unfortunately, I can't give you a good time frame for that. It's showing it could be it's an average of 20 days. It could be some studies are saying it's up to 37 days that people are still shedding the virus.
Wow. Okay, at least. Okay, hey, good question. I don't think we'll be going to New York right now, but it is something that we wanted to bring up. We appreciate
definitely
that.
Probably not in your best interest at this point until this gets any type of long-term travel, just because that would put your health at risk. Yeah, and I know you want to see your family, but that would be my recommendation.
Might as well wait till December or something.
Well, Yana, thank you very much. I know
Yeah.
you're super busy over there. God bless you guys. Please,
Yeah,
at
stay
this moment,
safe.
at this moment in time, my mom is stable because today we got alarmed because she typically answers our call, but when she's really weak, she rather not talk, and she basically, lets us know don't bother her. But that's why we got a little bit alarmed. We just want to make sure that her prognosis didn't deteriorate,
Yeah.
and we were just waiting to hear from the doctor.
Yes, of course. And if any deterioration in her condition were to happen, you are the first person that we do call. So if you will always, and the thing is, we can't ever speak to anybody during the morning, even into the early afternoon, because that's when we're rounding and we're making all adjustments to our plans of care for patients. So you can expect to hear from us in like the middle afternoon to evening.
Thank you very much, Anna, for
Just
the
so you know.
information.
But if anything were to change, we always will call you and let you know.
Thank you
Any
very much.
deterioration. You are welcome, Wilmer. You and your sister stay safe.
Thank
And
you. You too.
I will have someone from our team call you tomorrow, okay?
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
All
day.
right, thank you.
Stay
Bye.
safe, guys.
You too, bye.
All right.